Hello, it is Steph. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little Connections Academy Q&A. So on my Instagram story, I asked if you guys had any Connections Academy questions or anything related to online school. Here I am, and I'm about to answer them all. Oh, I almost dropped this. So the first thing I have says, what's your schedule like? Do you have a set one you follow? And yes, I do have a set schedule that I follow. So basically, I just write down on a list what I want to get done for the day, and I kind of go in the same order every day. I usually start off by doing my algebra with finance lesson, and then usually I move on to chemistry after that, and then I'll probably do English, and then about then it's time for lunch. And then after, I work on Algebra 2 and then Intro to Psychology. Sometimes I do Algebra 2 like before lunch, I get all those four done, and then after lunch I just do Psychology. I mean, some days I change it up depending on what I'm doing. Like if it's a portfolio, I might modify it, but typically I go in that order. Would you say the workload is more than that of a brick and mortar school? So the last time I went to a brick and mortar school was kindergarten. So to be honest, I don't really know. However, I do think that it's more. I can't confirm, but from what I hear from people who go to brick and mortar school, it seems like they have about a 40-minute class, they might do an activity, then they come home and do homework. I feel like there's a lot more in online school than that. And another thing about Connections Academy is that sometimes they don't really tell you about the portfolios until you get to the lesson that has it, and they only give you like 1 to 3 days to work on a lesson and a project, so it does feel very heavy at times. So for that reason, I think it is more of a workload, but can't confirm. How do you make friends? Well, I do this thing called I go out into the world and I talk to people. I got another question that was kind of similar to this. Did I delete it by accident? Oh, and I gotta go into my recently deleted. Oh, here it is. How have you dealt with making sure you socialize enough? I know I've struggled a lot the past 2 years. I don't know what you consider socializing enough to be, that's the thing. See, I'm an introvert. I don't feel a huge need to socialize. I mean, I don't know what kind of socialization you mean, if you're talking about making friends or just interacting with humans. If your mom's going to the grocery store or something, take a break from school, go with her. You might have a conversation with a random old person in the store. Okay, when I go to stores sometimes, random old people will talk to me about anything. It's great. I also try to do some other activities, like I am in dance. I used to be involved in a lot of church stuff, not as much anymore, but I met a lot of people through that. So yeah, you just gotta make sure you go places. This next thing is like one question, but it has like 3 different little parts because Instagram doesn't let you type a lot. Do you like the formatting of the majority of the curriculum, or do you wish that more things gave you the opportunity to apply more real-life learning in the lessons? If so, how would you like to see this done? Yes, I definitely wish there was more real-life learning in the lessons. I am a hands-on learner. I learn by directly doing something. Sometimes I can read things and learn them, but the best way for me is I gotta do it. In middle school, for a lot of the classes, there are videos that we could watch. Like for history, we watched a video. For science, we did, and that's not so like relevant in the high school courses, which makes me sad because I feel like I learned a lot in middle school from watching these videos, because in my free time, I like to watch documentaries, and typically I remember the things that I see in those, so yeah. And that's my problem with some of the math courses, is when you get to the quizzes and tests, sometimes they put on questions that they don't really show you how to do. I need to see the exact problem with different numbers before I'm able to do it myself. So like I struggle in that aspect with math. Actually, like 10 minutes ago, I was just crying over algebra. But how would I like to see this applied? See, I'm not really sure how they would do that. I mean, it is online school, and the whole point is kind of so you don't need to get out and do things. But I almost wish that we had like local meetup groups where like students could come together and do some of this stuff in real life. Like especially for science, I hate the virtual labs. I just had a chemistry portfolio yesterday and it was a virtual lab. Like I hated it. And I had to keep redoing it and I couldn't figure it out. I feel like it would be a lot easier if someone was standing there with me telling me how to do it. and I'm actually physically doing it, not just like clicking on the screen. Or I wish that maybe they just sent more resources for the courses. I know in middle school they would send you those little kits for like science and art, but now in high school all I get is a textbook, and even then for some of my classes I don't even get a textbook anymore. But yes, I wish more real life learning was applied. I hate discussions, do you? Actually, I like discussions. I just really enjoy how I get to share like an opinion usually about a topic, and then I get to respond to other people. I don't know, I think it's kind of fun. Sorry. So next, what I'm going to be reading, these aren't really like questions, they're just kind of like comments about like Online School Connections Academy. I mean, that's what I said, like ask questions or say anything about it, so that's what people did. The flexibility is my favorite part of online school. Yeah, it's probably, like, I gotta agree with that one. Flexibility, it's nice, you can get caught up, although I'm having issues with a custom English test right now, and I'm not really getting caught up to where I want to be. But yes, completely get it. Tell me why Mr. Pyle was awesome in the Friday news thing we did last year. Can you explain why Mr. Pyle was awesome? For everything. This one teacher that I had, I don't know, he was just like so funny. He didn't like directly say something that was funny. Like you would, like sometimes he would say something and it would take a second and then you would like kind of get like the joke. He was like that kind of funny. I don't know, he was a good teacher. He wasn't my teacher, but he was in group live lessons. Last year, government, that was fun. The fact that you can do school while eating chicken nuggets is phenomenal. I know, right? It's boring, but fun when you get it done. Yeah, sometimes that is my problem, like when I'm going through the lessons, I'm like, this is boring, and I just be done, and then I finish, and I do whatever I want. So anyways, that is all that I have for this video. There is nothing else that anyone said or asked, so I'm going to end the video right here. I post every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you might want to subscribe for more content, and comment down below anything else that you may have to say, and I will see you all next time. Bye!